Are companies really at this point able to monetize any of that technology? Because a lot of it's very experimental at this point. A lot of particularly the VR technology, and I'm interested in how much you're seeing the retailers actually adopt those technologies and put them into their points, and what you've been doing to enable that.
I wouldn't actually say that the technology is experimental, that the technology has been around for ages. It's just that it hasn't been adopted. And the reason that it hasn't been adopted is more about education awareness of VR in general. Because some years ago, VR was incredibly expensive and also, not really easy to identify a decent use case. Yeah, and we were back in 2008. We built the first AR solutions, and at the time they tend to be very campaign heavy, and there wasn't really that much thought into how it could be used as part of a content manageable infrastructure. Even though for us it seemed obvious, but not so much for the people who were going for it because it was sold as a whiz bang, sort of thing. Now, what's interesting about VR is that the price point has come down considerably, and headsets are like, from a Meta Quest is, about $300 or something like that, which is less than a smartphone, in fact. But I think there's still a lot of misconception as to what you can do with these devices. And a lot of people still see it similar to the Google Cardboard thing, where you slot your smartphone into a little case and you can kind of peer around, and that's fine. But there was limited interaction. Now you get to use controllers, your hands. You can walk around a room, so which we call 6 degrees of freedom rather than 3 degrees of freedom. But that is very rarely understood in its entirety, both by the clients and by end users. I think with all the marketing that's going on about the metaverse and that sort of thing, it's changing quite rapidly. And we're actually talking to some clients at the moment with some of the technologies that we're putting together with, in fact, in this case, Magnolia and Commerce Tools. So it shows that both of those can operate seamlessly in this sort of area. But yeah, there isn't anything experimental about it at all. I think it's more about people becoming aware of how it can be used.